Hey there guys, welcome back to my blind playthrough of Silent Hill F, and correction, it's not a blind playthrough currently at the moment. It's not because of any corruption issues on my part. It's because I played all the way up to a certain part, and looking back, I wasn't really satisfied with the quality of the commentary because I did it when it was pretty late. So I wasn't really saying anything, and there are also some misunderstandings with certain story moments, and also some of the gameplay was dragging out because I wasn't quite understanding. But just before I started this part, I got all the way up to the mural puzzle, which is the final puzzle of the game, and then I decided to just start right here. So this is a continuation of the previous part that I already uploaded to YouTube, and I've definitely learned a lot. And the biggest thing is that this half of the game, or what feels like the second half, there's definitely a greater emphasis on the combat out of nowhere, which is really odd. It's like a flip in the designs. I can definitely understand why people say the game diminishes in quality after the school sequence, because you get put into a lot of forced encounters and you have to deal with the clunky combat, unfortunately. However, I did learn a couple of new things regarding certain weapons, but I'll get to that when the time is right. But here, it's best you get rid of the enemies. Some of the enemies you can run past, the others it's best to get rid of them. But these particular enemies, they're actually quite simple to deal with because they always start their attacks with a heavy attack that you can counter. Or not. That time it was a grab. That usually never happens. There we go, that's what I needed. So you need to get rid of this enemy, because you'll be coming back to this room, and you can probably just run past this enemy and then also get past this one. Oh, I shouldn't have done that, actually. Yeah, that was my fault. I should have baited out an attack, then actually gone for it. But you have to dodge immediately so you don't get hit. I have no idea where this mannequin comes from. It just spawns out of nowhere. So you just gotta wait here. The enemies are gonna leash. Sometimes the celluloid doll that I ran past, it'll come into this room for no reason. I don't really understand why, and how it even gets into the room is confusing. But the AI is being dumb right now. They have a lot of trouble just getting back to their default positions, but I can't do anything yet until that blind enemy is gone. She got stunned by the light again. There we go. Now you can open this up. Then you need to open this. And always go down the left path, because there can be an enemy on the right path almost every time. So once you activate this switch, another blind enemy is going to appear. I just stealth right past him. It's totally understandable why people say the game diminishes in quality after the school sequence, because they try to put an emphasis on the combat a bit too much just out of the blue. It's like a flip in the design mentalities, and I had some pretty miserable moments with the combat sequences coming up. And you've really got to stack on toolkits and the like, because I swear to God, guys, there were moments where I did not have any weapons. All of my weapons were broken, and I was just running around the area trying to find weapons. But this part, you gotta dodge past this enemy quickly. There we go. I gotta get rid of it. My family has served as caretakers of Senensugi's shrine for generations, but for the past few decades, the shrine's popularity has been on the decline. When it came time for my dad to become the head priest, he declined the role and got a regular office job instead. Mom and Dad are always saying negative things about the shrine, that head priests are obsolete. Even my grandfather says that the tradition of upkeeping Senensugi's shrine will die with this generation. I help out as a Miko at the shrine whenever an event's held. I love how dignified the rituals are and the way they make me feel like my soul is being cleansed. I'd like to be more than just a helper at the shrine. I think I'd like to become head priest one day. So there's going to be an enemy or two enemies behind this door here. Oh shit! 3 of them? This is going to get ugly. Yes, got both of them. It's nice that the counters can affect multiple enemies, just like in Resident Evil with the melee attacks. But it doesn't remove all the awkwardness from these multiple enemy encounters. Yeah. Yeah, so Sakuko is afraid of the dark, so we're trying to kill her by blanketing the area in shadow. Because apparently, Koto Yuki convinced this version of Hinako to give up on her friends. And I don't even know why her friends are just appearing in this realm out of nowhere. But you have to do a puzzle just out of the blue. I think the solution is this. So you gotta get it where only one fox is staring at one rabbit. You can't have multiple pairs staring at each other. No, that's wrong. There, well, that's right. You get this, and then you get this, and you blanket the area in shadow. Yeah, I gotta say, when I first saw this scene in the initial recording, I was pretty confused with what was happening. Like, why Hinako was just being so callous right here and unemotional. But it's because Koto Yuki somehow convinced her to kill off her friends. At least this fox version of Hinako. And again, I don't think in the previous Silent Hill games, when you were in the other world, you saw clones of characters you saw in the real world. Maria only appeared in the other world because she was just a hallucination. But is it the same case here, where these versions of Hinako's friends are clones in the other world? It's pretty confusing. Okay, so this one, there's 3 different rooms you have to go to. So you need to set this to red and green first. Just be careful of the enemies. The room ahead is unlocked. And it should be this one. Oh no, it's random, it seems. Seems like you're doing a lot of crest objectives in the other world, because I was doing the same in the later parts. But you get teleported back here, and then you have to select a different configuration. And that enemy just came out of nowhere. Do blue and white. So you go through here instead, and then you go to the other side. So dumb that the weapon clips on the geometry, and yet the enemy weapons don't. Oh, it didn't do the grab that time. It usually does the grab after those 2 attacks. There we go. I think this crest is always in the same location. Yeah, it is. So I don't know why that first crest is randomized. Well, not randomized, it's just you have to examine all 3. And this letter is different. Now, I can't tell if these were actually written by Rinko, or if this is the other world distorting the memory or something to get this version of Hinako to give up on her friends. I mean, we know that Rinko was always like this, where she's jealous of Hinako. But this next one, you need red and green again, and then you have to activate another switch in order to gain access to the other area that we need to go to. And it looks like the enemies have respawned because they weren't eliminated by blue flames. I think this is a trap. Yeah, it is. It definitely feels like that this is the most obnoxious Silent Hill game. Not really in terms of like the clunkiness of the old games, but just more so with some of the mishandling of the enemy placements and some of the more annoying abilities the enemies have. It really feels as such when you get to the later sections. That was close. You can barely hear what she's saying. There are times when you just cannot hear what Hinako is saying. It's almost like they applied the quote to the wrong section. Now this one's really cheap because there's going to be two of those mannequins, as I'm going to call them, that just spawn right next to you. Again, I can't tell if that's the truth or not. Like, I don't know if Silent Hill or Abisuko Oka have the ability to reveal certain truths about people, or if there are actually some distortions to memories. Because when could Hinako have possibly seen that particular journal entry? Here come the enemies, I gotta move, gotta move. Like, you're stuck in that whole entire locked view moment, so the enemies can easily attack you if you don't mash dodge. It's so stupid. I'm out of stamina. And I got stuck on the stupid model. Oh, come on, game, really? That is so dumb that you can get damaged during those slow animations. Spoiler alert, she's not dead, or rather, a manifestation is created from her somehow. No damaging this game is going to be a real pain in the ass, and I really don't feel like the game is fun at the moment to do no damage. I really question what I'll do for the walkthrough when I get to Lost in the Fog difficulty. How does a kanji test help him get this stuff?
ちょっと難しかったよな。相棒、お前の本当の選択を知りたい。
Yeah, so you have to find 3 of Shu's possessions. You have to go this way. This enemy's going to be waiting around the corner to ambush you. There we go. We have this one. I think this is a trap. Yeah. And coming up is a really dumb encounter, and you'll be fighting this mini-boss multiple times in forced encounters. This enemy type is absolutely annoying. It has so much life. Although I think the Otherworld variant isn't as bad as the real world variant. Yeah, so it hatches enemies and it also plants explosives. Did you notice how many times I hit this thing and it's still alive? Well, in the real world, if you use a kitchen knife or a sickle to hit this thing, it takes only 2 hits to destroy it. So why does it take more hits to destroy it in the other world? It makes no sense. And apparently that damage I did didn't carry over. Nope, wrong button. That doesn't drain your sanity for some reason. I don't know why. He's gonna spawn in an enemy now. Anytime he walks away from me, that's what he does. That took so many hits. This enemy has so much life. Alright, he's gonna do the melee attack right now. And the counter icon didn't appear for some stupid reason. The detection on the counter icon can be atrocious at times. I was even in focus mode and nothing was showing up. I wasn't running, I wasn't attacking, I wasn't dodging. Just would not show up for some weird reason. But it seems to be the same pattern. He just rotates a bit, then he does a roar, then tries to spawn in an enemy. Yeah, now he's gonna spawn in an enemy. Or not, he's gonna keep rotating. Okay, now he is. Okay, it's a different pattern now. I'm not using the spear because I need the increased speed. Yeah, that is just such a dumb section. And just imagine how much life he'll have on Lost in the Fog difficulty. But one of Shu's possessions is right here. Make sure you destroy these, because they will spawn enemies. It just takes so many hits. Here's the final item. Forget about that thing.
相棒の本当の気持ちを聞かせてくれ。俺の一番の宝物だ。
Right, Space Wars.
お前以外の誰にも触れさせなかった。覚悟はできてる。遠慮するな。懐かしいよな。お前との思い出はどれも色褪せない。
And now this version of Shu is going to die. But in the real world, Hinako still cares about Shu.
来てくれたんだな。相棒。
It's almost like this game is treating
俺は
Hinako's real self and this Fox self as like two different dimensional counterparts.
いいんだ。ひなこの好きなようにして。俺は相棒の選択なら受け入れるぜ。
幼い頃からの友人に別れを告げるのは辛いだろう。
はい。あ、いえ。するべきでした。もっと早くこんな姿をお見せして申し訳ありません。
謝らなくていい。むしろその痛みを強いた私の方が謝らねばならない。行こう。
And now we're back in the school. Shu and Rinko are just gone.
リンコ。どうしてシュお前の家で合流なんだよな。
Ah, great.
戦える数じゃない。あいつ私を追ってる。二人もあいつから逃げたのかも。
If they even saw that thing, that Shiromoku. For all we know, it probably looked different to them, assuming that rule still applies.
やむを得ず私を置いてったんだ。だよな。これシュウたちか。